A headline from Politico, and it reads, Puzder resurfaces in Trump's White House in spite of #MeToo movement. What's going on?
You know, I'm really so glad you raised that. This is out of Politico, and quite honestly, they made it up out of whole cloth. They said I was recently in the White House. I haven't been there since September or October. They say that there's an offer. I've had no discussions with anybody in White House personnel or anybody in the White House about coming in with a position. This is an attempt. The left does this repeatedly. They take somebody who goes on shows like yours and talks about how these economic policies of President Trump's are actually benefiting the American people. Or I'll write something for the Wall Street Journal that shows how this is benefiting the American people. They can't attack me on substance. So they run an article like this in an effort to raise allegations that were recanted, untrue when made, withdrawn, recanted 30 years ago in a divorce proceeding. But they want to do everything they can to raise it again. Now, in a sense, I guess it's a compliment, because if I weren't effective on your show or in these other venues, they wouldn't go after me. But look, when your viewers read this, what they need to do is to consider the source. And in this case, the source is not very reliable.
Well, you're welcome to stay on this show and keep coming back, Andy Puzder. But before
Stuart.
you go,
My
I've got
pleasure.
to ask you about the Davos meeting, the World Economic Forum. The president is going. I'm very happy that he's going, because I think he's going to stick it to him. Word to you, Andy. What do you say?
I was going to say, doesn't it just make you feel great that he's going to be there? I mean, these people have been getting this coverage for years on these ridiculous policies that they pursue. It's an absurd meeting. And now we're going to have somebody go in like when he addressed NATO, like when he addressed the United Nations, and he's going to bring truth to power. Thank God we have this president, and he can do that.
Liz Peek is with me. I'm dying to see what... You've not been to Davos.
I haven't. I'd love to go. Look, I think that's exactly right. I think it's wonderful to have President Trump, who has been characterized all over the world as unstable, unfit, mentally unhinged. Let him go and make the case for getting us out of the TPP, which, by the way, had broadly popular support here in the United States, and withdrawing from the Paris Climate Accord, which, again, is a very flawed agreement that he is totally right to have taken us out of. Last year, we had Xi Jinping. I think it's going to be a very interesting contrast. If I were President Trump, I would not stay very long, because he's going to get really tired of being lectured by the global elites. But I think it's terrific that he's going to go.
I hope he stays and holds court.
Well,
But that's another story. Okay. Real fast, Andy, would President Trump beat Oprah if she runs in 2020?
He absolutely would. And I think, and look, I like Oprah just like anybody else, but the fact of the matter is, everything that's bad, everything that's negative about Oprah is not out in front of the public. There are a lot of things that could be raised about Oprah that would show she wouldn't be a good president, or she's made statements that I think people would find offensive. So none of that's out right now. So she looks great, but people always look great before you start digging into the details.
Yeah, but Liz, I got to tell you, a free car for everyone would go down well.
Yes, and wouldn't that be great for Detroit?
Or Alabama.
She's a terrific icon of American entertainment, and I think if she has any brains in her head, which she does, she will not undertake this, because Andy's totally right. All they're going to do is pick her apart, tear her apart, and it's going to be incredibly unpleasant for her.
All right. Andy Puzder, a fine performance today, and we hope you'll come back soon. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Stuart.
You're all right. All right. Now